Hello, this is Eric of Not Bios Tech and Reviews, and this is my unboxing of the Fujifilm X-S20 with kit lens. And of course, we'll be doing a future review and comparison to the Sony ZV-1. Now let's get started. And here I have my new Fujifilm camera, and this is the X-S20. It comes with a lens. It is the XF18-255 f2.8 when fully zoomed out, that is, and goes up to an f-stop aperture of 4 when fully zoomed in. And this OIS means optical image stabilization. This is a kit lens that comes with this camera, but the higher end model with a kit lens. Now inside this box, let's see what we have. Product registration. Same thing, looks okay. We also have free software apparently. Check that out after. We also have this information about the lens in different languages of all sorts. Underneath this box, we have some more boxes. A lot of separation here. And this one is a heavy box. I wonder what this is. Nice. Camera strap. Looks great, actually. We have a charging block of some sort, missing the front, so it means we have different options for front charging blocks, I guess for European style or American style with USB-C out. Now for this plug-in, it's kind of silly because we could put it in wrong just like so, and then you'll have a nightmare of a time. The way you put it in is fully in the grooves like so. You push it in and then it snaps into place. Now if we want to take it out, we have to pull that pin down, and there we go. So just like so. And that gives us our charger. Now for European style, we also have this included with this particular camera. Same sort of concept, put it in all the way. Oh my gosh. This is a first for me to see so many different plug-in styles. Now here we have a USB cable. So I guess if you want to use the power adapter, or simply run to your PC. The USB cable included with this looks to be 24 inches or 61 centimeters. Looks like we have a ferrite core or ferrite core. And that is to prevent any signal interruption. Gives you cleaner signal anyways. And that's a known fact by electricians. Here we have a lens hood. And let's take out the lens. So here is our included camera lens. We turn here and it comes out, and turn it back. And here I believe we have our focus ring. And here is our lovely aperture, it looks like. And then here is our optical image stabilization. Right now it's set to on. If I flick it this way, it is off. And here we have automatic or manual for, I guess, aperture, since it does show A. And that's that. And how about our lens? We'll want to take off the front and then give her a little spin. Look at that little line there. First time I ever used this lens. Didn't pre-try anything. And the back side. And there we go. And the last thing in that top compartment was the battery for this camera. And this is the NPW235. And for those that want a closer view, let's see if we can see that. This is right there. All in its own housing. The camera itself is quite light without the battery or anything else. Here we can look through our optical viewfinder, which is nice to have, especially on bright days. And we also have our camera flip screen. And that's where it ends there. And then I can go to that direction as well. Here we can put our camera strap to here as well. Any other little things? But the main thing is how the camera really works. It's neat. We have all these different options, including vlog, filter, video camera mode, auto, that's typical, shutter speed, aperture. You want to keep your sensor clean as possible, so you want to get either your lens on or keep the cover on. Our red dot here lines up with our red dot right here. And this is going to allow me to turn this and snap it into place. Now it is connected. Right on top is where our red spot is. Now when it comes to the battery, we definitely want our contacts in the camera. You want to slide her in, make sure it's clipped, and then close it. It doesn't close automatically, so we have to move our little slider right here to lock it into place. Next, we'll want to use the USB. And the USB is going to be on the other side. Let's see, we have the HDMI and what we have for connections. Here's our USB that'll charge this camera, and HDMI, mini HDMI that is, out for recording externally. Oh wait, we have a mic port right here. So we also have our headphone right here. This is going to be for monitoring. And this is going to be for your microphone input. This camera is not waterproof, but it should be fairly water resistant. What you're seeing right now is the Fujifilm X-S20 using the Privado standard picture profile. I also set the white balance by eye, mind you, and the white balance is different on the Sony versus the Fujifilm camera, and that makes for interesting and different results depending what you set. Subscribe to Not BIOS Tech and Reviews and help this channel grow. If you're subscribed right now, or you are already subscribed, you are awesome. Now what I'm going to be showing in the future is a full review of the Fujifilm X-S20 in terms of picture setup, how it looks. Is it worthwhile versus the Sony ZV-1? So we're going to be doing a comparison of the two cameras. And in another video as well, we're going to be comparing this kit lens, which is the higher model, versus a Pro lens. And the Pro lens, of course, is going to have a different look to it, as well as great for taking personal photos. This is Eric of Not BIOS Tech and Reviews. Thanks for watching and have yourselves a most wonderful day.